Oh my goodness, you guys. Look at all of that green growth. Hello everyone, welcome back to the garden. So in today's video, I thought that I would just do a quick little update for you. I'm hoping to keep this really quick and to the point because I don't have a lot of time. I have a lot of plants that need to go in the ground today while my husband has my kids out for a couple hours. But I did want to give you, a quick update. I haven't been able to post a lot in the last couple weeks. So I want to show you all of the tulips and daffodils that are blooming right now and show you how things are coming along the Cutflower farm and the perennial cut flower garden, some of my containers, flower beds, and things like that. Just a quick look at everything around on the property. So right now we are standing back by our junky looking barn. My husband's been working on getting all that stuff taken care of. He works with scrap metal on the side. There is the Cutflower farm coming along. I just filmed a quick update on that for you and decided to do a full kind of garden tour, I guess. And then my house is behind me. I'll go ahead and show you a quick pan of that. We will go over there in a second and look at all of the beautiful bulbs, but I wanted to come in close and give you guys a look at these beautiful blooms back here. So I have been cutting some of these, but I'm also leaving some of them to bloom just to look good in the landscape. And I want you guys to note, I don't know how easy it is for you to see, but look how tall the grass is right there compared to everywhere else. Like, I do have some grass that gets a lot taller in little patches, but for the most part, it's pretty level. And look how short it is compared to over here. This, I can guarantee you, is 100% due to the biotone that I put in each hole when I planted these bulbs in the fall. I cannot believe how tall this grass is compared to the grass everywhere else. Like, you can see that's a couple inches, and this is 6, 7, maybe 8 inches tall, and it's just right around the bulbs where I planted them. So if I wasn't already convinced that biotone is worth the money, I'm definitely convinced now. It took me a long time to invest in biotone, but I seen Laura, several years of seeing her have so much success in her garden and saying, that she owed a lot of it to biotone. I'd always wanted to purchase, some of it, but, it's just so expensive, especially if you get the little 4-pound bags. But I decided to finally do it one day, and I'm so glad I did. Most of the daffodils have been the regular yellow ones, but I'm finally starting to get some of the really pretty multicolored ones. I can't wait to start seeing some of the doubles. Trying to shade this out for you all. So gorgeous. So just for some perspective, that's where we just were. This is the Cutflower farm, and now we are going, well, I don't know when I'm gonna add the clip in about the perennial Cutflower garden, but we are going to go over here where the fruit trees are. But let me quickly pan over here. Now that it's getting warmer, as soon as I get time, I'm going to be prepping the tomato bed. I cannot wait for this year's tomatoes. I found a lot of really great tasting tomatoes last year. And you know, in the last several years, I've been trialing a lot of different tomatoes, and every year I end up with only a couple really, you know, really good ones. But this year, I'm going to be growing a lot of the ones that I found last year that were so good. So I cannot wait. And I will be sharing all of those varieties with you in a video. I had so many tulips and daffodils that I purchased this year. Like, I just was running out of places to put them. So I put some around the fruit trees, in my flower beds, in different places in my landscape. Oh my goodness, you guys. It has only been about 4 days since I planted these, and look at all of that green growth. Oh my goodness, just since last night. I covered these guys up last night because we were dipping down to 30 degrees according to the weather, but sometimes it gets like 3 to 4 degrees colder here than what the news says. And look at that. I just took the row cover off, and oh my goodness, they were just little nubs when I planted them 4 days ago. Well, I mean, you've seen, if you've seen the video anyways. Oh my goodness, I cannot believe the growth. There is one that I do not see any green growth. Let me get in here. Nope, there's growth. I was gonna say I see a little bit of the corm that needs to be covered up a little, but there's a little bit of growth in there. So, wow, I am so happy with that. And today I'm going to be planting the rest of them over there. And I just got my order from Longfield Gardens with 50 more corms. And actually there was 11 extra, so 61 corms. And then I have one more order that I ordered from Easy to Grow Bulbs. So we're going to have tons of beautiful ranunculus here. I cannot wait. I planted 3 of the anemones that were some of the first ones that I pre-sprouted, the really unhappy ones. They're looking okay so far. And I'll bring you down here. These I did not cover up because there was no easy way to really cover up just the few that I transplanted. But they're looking good for the most part. That one right there doesn't look good, but it didn't look good when I put it in. I don't see any fresh growth from that one. And these don't look super happy now, but yesterday when I looked at them, they looked very happy considering what they looked like when I put them in the ground. So if they don't make it, they don't make it, but if they do, then even better. And then I suppose I can go ahead and quickly give you an update on the Cutflower garden. I haven't tacked down this last row of landscape fabric because there's just about 10 or so weeds under there that I want to get out first. But we have the holes burnt in these 2 beds and those 2 beds. I have that one almost entirely planted up, so we'll go ahead and check on that really quick. This landscape fabric is Ag 50, so it will heat up several degrees. Like, it'll keep it several degrees warmer. So if it only got down to 30 tonight, I mean, I'm almost positive that those snapdragons and lisianthus have not experienced any damage, but we're going to go ahead and take a look and take the cover off for the day because it's going to get up to about 50, 60 degrees today, and I don't want it to get too warm under there. Oh yeah, those are beautiful. No damage whatsoever. Same for the Lisianthus. They look gorgeous. Well, looks like a little bit of cold damage on this one, but that first row right there is one of the first ones I planted out, and I think that was already like that. If I'm remembering correctly, there was a little bit of cold damage on that one and one other one on like a couple days after I transplanted these. Yeah, here it is. This one here. But they should be completely fine. So if you followed my channel last year, you know that this is where I grew all of my sunflowers last year. I did pro cuts in the front, and then I had Mongolian Giant and Mammoth Gray Striped in the back, which got so huge. You should definitely check out the video of me harvesting those. But that was not enough, and since I'm going to be doing farmers markets this year, I'm definitely going to need more space for sunflowers, because I plan to put, you know, 2 to 3 in at least about half of the bouquets, and then do some just straight sunflower bunches. So I'm going to be doing 2 rows instead of just 1, and that should give me enough for 18 successions. And then by the time I get to the last succession here, I should have most of these first ones pulled out and be able to start back again here. I don't know how that's going to work sun-wise, because if these are too tall, they may shade out that area. But that may be a good thing also, because if you know anything about sunflowers for cutting, you want to plant them really close to where they kind of shade each other out a little bit, and it causes skinnier, thinner, taller, longer stems. So that may work out to my advantage. I don't know. I'm going to give it a try. If anything, if it doesn't work, I might go a couple weeks without sunflowers and then, you know, have to plant them somewhere else. But then we are going to add another bed here, just like the ones behind me. I'm thinking about making them like 6 foot wide by 10 foot, and you know, still having the walkway in the middle, and having 2 larger ones, and putting all of my pumpkin and squash there and just letting those grow on the ground. But I don't know. I'm also debating on using that for room for more successions of my cut flowers and fillers that need planted every 2 to 3 weeks. Things like stock, straw flowers, my mind's going blank, but there's a few things that I'm going to be planting every 2 to 3 weeks, and a few things every 6 weeks that I may put there, because right now I only have room in the beds over here for, I think, 3 successions, and then it's going to be full of, you know, things that are cut and come again that, you know, don't get pulled out at all. But anyways, I just wanted to give you a quick update. Things are coming along, and I'm so excited. I can't wait to start getting some blooms. Here are a lot of shrubs that I got on clearance last year. For some of these were only $1. $30, $40, $50 shrubs for $1. I have never been able to find plants or shrubs for any more than 50% off. And so you can imagine how excited I was to get these. I told my mom about it, and we both went and grabbed a bunch of things up. Some of them we got planted last fall in the front yard in the landscape, but we didn't get to all of them. I've got nine bark, viburnum, weigela, crepe myrtle, what else? Roses, Rose of Sharon. So excited for these. And then here I have some sedums, which I also got on clearance. And then some containers with tulips and daffodils. Those are actually last year's tulips and daffodils. And they still have a few things that were in there from last fall also. Hydrangea, and then these are all tulips that I planted. I'm having a lot of tulips come up very like misshapen, very small and skinny, and very short. I don't know if I didn't keep them watered enough, or if it's because it got like so hot so quickly this spring, and or if it wasn't, or if it was because we didn't get cold enough for long enough last year. I've heard there are several things that can cause that. And then here is my steps that need painted really bad. I've got tulips, daffodils, and alliums on each side here. I packed these areas so full. I cannot wait to see them bloom. And then here are, on the porch here, I have all of my seedlings still hardening off, waiting to get in the ground when I have time. That's what I should be doing right now, but I just always want to share everything with you guys. But I'm so excited about these bells of Ireland. They are getting quite leggy. They're probably a little bit root bound. They're in a 50 cell tray right now, so they have quite a bit of room in there. So hopefully they're not too root bound, but they do need planted out. These will be put in with Hortonova netting to help support them. But last year I think I only had like 6 or 8. And as soon as I planted them in the ground, they died quickly after. I don't know if I was over watering them or if it was just too hot by the time I planted them out or what, but hopefully this year we get some bells. And then I have a very unhappy tray of anemones. I'm going to try to transplant a couple of them, but for the most part, most of them are just going to go in the trash. One more row of Lisianthus that needs transplanted. I bought that flat of pansies on sale at either Lowe's or Home Depot. More unhappy anemones and ranunculus. 2 trays of carnations. So excited about those. Here is my Coco Loco and Earth Angel roses from Heirloom Roses. I just used some Proven Winners containers to pot them up. And then over here I've got lots of strawberries and a couple roses. None of these look like they're coming back. I don't know what happened there. I don't know if they just got too cold or if they dried out too much this winter, but lots of strawberries coming back. I just need to cut off all of this dead growth. We've got gladiolus bulbs in here, a couple more roses. I traded my mom last fall. I meant to give her a lot of the red roses that I had in this bed because I'm making this bed nothing but pastel like yellows and purples and pinks, and I accidentally gave her a bunch of my yellow ones instead of the red ones.
All right,
so we
gardening
had to trade,
friends, that's going to do it for this video. Thank you so much for watching.
I'm sorry.
I do
you're gonna
really
hear some traffic,
appreciate each
and the
and every
lighting
one of
is not
you
going to be the best.
loyal subscribers that watch all of my videos, especially when you comment.
Really
I
early
love
in the
just
morning
talking
or
to
in the
you guys
afternoon,
and getting
so you
to
can
know
get a better
you
look at
guys.
everything.
But also, it
a lot
really
of
does
these
help the
tulips and
YouTube
daffodils still aren't
algorithm.
blooming yet
It helps
either.
push out my videos to more people.
We've had
I
crazy
was really
wind,
hoping
so
to
there's like a
get
bunch
my
of
channel
trash that is blown
monetized
in.
before this
But
summer. I
you
don't
can
think that's
kind
going to
of see
happen.
the
It's all
pattern
right. I don't
that
do
I was
100 for
talking
the
about
members.
in my
It's definitely
video where I went
a
over
bonus
the plan
and
for
a great
some of my
incentive
flower beds.
to keep
I'm gonna
pushing
have
out videos
hydrangea,
whenever I have had a long week and I don't really have any extra time on my hands.
And then
but I
big
don't do
evergreen
it
here,
just for the money. I
and
do it because
here,
I love
and then
sharing
in between
my knowledge, especially
all of those,
for
there's gonna be
beginner
roses,
gardeners,
peonies,
you know, that are just starting out. And
Russian
I just want to
sage,
show my journey
and
of
a few
starting
other
my
things like
Cutflower farm with you
echinaceas
guys.
and
But
yarrows.
yes, it is a bonus,
you know,
and I really do
other little
appreciate
things,
everyone that
here and there
likes and comments
still be
on my videos.
daisies.
That's going to be it for
sedums,
this one. Hopefully
but then
you
I took
enjoyed
the
seeing
tulips
all
and the
of
daffodils
that I've
and I
been getting
planted
so
those
far.
in
I cannot
scallop
wait until I
shapes.
start getting some
And then behind
blooms
that
on the
is where I have like
Ranunculus,
the iris
and we
and
start
the
having
ascobies.
things like snapdragons, zinnias,
And then here is the flower
lisianthus,
bed in the front.
and then of course
I am happy
things
to
from
report
the
that I think
vegetable garden,
all of the lavender
greatly
is alive.
increasing the
I was
size
getting a little
of the
worried there
vegetable
for a
garden
while
this
because
year.
I wasn't seeing
I usually
any
grow a
green
lot
growth.
more, but as you
if we
know,
come
we
in
just
close,
bought this property and
there
are slowly
is
adding
certainly
beds.
fresh green growth on all of these. I'm probably going to come back and like shear off another couple inches. I was afraid to cut them back too short. This is my first time really growing lavender, so I didn't know what to do. And I transplanted them so late in the season. It was already really cold and I was afraid they wasn't going to get like established enough and, you know, not survive. But in the back there, you can see we have tulips and daffodils in the middle. I also have a couple peonies in the middle. But let me bring you in a little closer for a better look. We are starting to get some gorgeous, gorgeous tulips. It looks red, but this is actually pink and yellow. Look at that. Gorgeous. And again, a lot of these are for, you know, to sell, but keeping some in the landscape to be pretty. Look at that. Is that gorgeous or is that gorgeous? I've found that like all of the parrot tulips ended up being really misshapen and very short. Like that one has no stem whatsoever. Oh, that is gorgeous. It's like a lime green and yellow. Another fringe. Trying to shade it so that you can see a little better. Oh, that color is beautiful. I've never grown any of those fringe tulips before. Let me show you two very quickly. We've got a peony. This is the first year on these two peonies. That one's doing really good. This one's doing good too, but very happy with the growth on that one. Beautiful yellow and pink. Those three would look great in a bouquet together with a couple daffodils. You can see like where I've already pulled some up. So this is the same one we saw just a second ago, only this one, well, not the same, but similar to the one we saw a second ago, but this one has more of that yellow. And it's older, obviously, because it's completely open. So far, I think I've only gotten these yellow ones from these daffodils in this bed, and then I just started getting some of these precious little things here. I have a video where I planted this hedge of lavender, and in that video we spent a lot of time trying to get all of the rocks out, and you can see after a couple of rains that there's still a ton. And that is what, like, every property I have lived in has had like a lot of rocks like this. Not quite this bad. He did have landscape rocks in this bed, so that's one reason it's so bad. But every property I've lived in has had really bad rocks, and I get so jealous when I see people like putting a shovel in the ground, like just using their hands and digging, because like our soil is like so like compacted and rocky that I have to like jump on top of it like 10 times and like lean into it and put my body weight on it like 10 times, you know, rocking it back and forth just to get like one little scoop out. I've also got a couple containers on the porch that have some tulips. I'm hoping that some of these other ones just are like late tulips and they just haven't popped up yet because I packed these full. Here is the other one. I think these are, yeah, these are daffs coming up here. So hopefully we'll have some more tulips popping up soon. Unfortunately, my phone is going dead, and by the time I get it charged, my husband is probably going to be back with the kids, so I don't think I'm going to be able to give you a tour of the rest of the landscape where I have all of these, but I thought I would just give you a quick look. I will go ahead and go over here, possibly before my phone goes dead, and show you this one that I can see looks very, very pretty. But I will go over everything else more in depth in another video.
Alright guys, that's it for this video, but one more thing I wanted to include because I didn't have time to do a entirely separate video on it is I have my first little farmers market event tomorrow. So here are all of the bouquets that I'm going to be taking there. I also have a few seedlings and I'm super nervous but super excited at the same time. So wish me luck. Alright friends, that is going to do it for this video. Thank you so much to everyone that watched, and thank you to all of my loyal subscribers that are always watching each and every one of my videos and always commenting and things like that. I really do truly appreciate it. I am about 300 subscribers away from being able to monetize my channel, which even then I know that the income is still going to be very small, but that was a goal of mine, was to be monetized before summertime. So I don't think that's going to happen, but I do just want to say thank you to each and every one of you. I didn't do this for the money. I've always wanted to start a YouTube channel, but that is definitely, a bonus since losing my job and trying to start my own Cutflower business. Being able to bring in a little income from YouTube is definitely, a bonus. But I did start this channel just because I want to help people. I want to show people, quick and easy ways to grow things. And then now that I'm starting this Cutflower business, I just want to share my journey of, things that I'm doing, things that I'm learning, and things like that. And I just want to say thank you so much to everyone that is always commenting and liking and sharing. It really does help. Although I love just getting to know you guys in the comments, it really does help the YouTube algorithm and push my videos out to more people. So thanks again. And hopefully you enjoyed seeing some of the blooms that I've been getting the last couple of weeks. I cannot wait until my Ranunculus start blooming. Hopefully we get a few blooms from the peonies, and I cannot wait until we start getting things from summer annuals like Lisianthus, zinnias, sunflowers. So yeah, I just can't wait to share it all with you guys. That's going to be it for this one. I will talk to you in the next one. Bye guys.